Midnight Ramen is a minimally edited, live recorded podcast that takes place at midnight. Although Michael may not be consuming food, it's time to get your bowls out. It's chow time.
But welcome back to you. Break stride, I'm sailing me. Free falling, just my enemy. Free from the things you say. It will all come back someday.
Good evening once again, gamers and other folks alike. It is midnight. I'm a little low on my camera. Holy crap. I'm a little low. Okay, there we go. It's midnight. I hope y'all are doing good. You're watching, once again, the Midnight Ramen podcast. You know what? I'm gonna hard confirm it, even though it is the live cast. It is technically a podcast, even though it does happen live. It happens live on twitch.tv/Melt the Lyric Original. Unless if I do change it, but I don't have any plans to do it. I hope y'all are doing well. Yeah. And also, I just thought about that, and it's like you're watching it, you can also be listening to it, and eventually I keep saying it, but I haven't gone through with it, with getting it onto like other stuff like Spotify and stuff like that, even though like the revenue, I'm not doing this for the money. It's more kind of like archival. I don't really know, it's more storytelling. I honestly, just for fun, because why not? It's fun. It is a dope. Outsider says that's a dope shirt. Yeah, I have a story about the shirt that I'm wearing. It's basically like, imagine the most 90s shirt that you can think of. That's basically what it is. Like imagine a bowling alley floor that's white. Like the weird patterns and all that stuff. That's what imagine that in your mind. If you're it's basically that. That's kind of what my shirt kind of looks like that I'm wearing right now. And I wanted to wear something different. I had on like my work stuff, which is just black, and then my sweatshirt over it, which is just black. Because yeah. So I was like, I want to switch it up. And it makes for better visuals, I guess. So if you're watching it live or on YouTube, which I'm probably going to just basically upload this immediately afterwards, because I'll get to that. Yeah. My shirt definitely looks like a bowling alley, which I don't know if I even said this on the podcast, and check this off like a bingo card. If I don't think I've said this yet, but like I wouldn't say I was amazing. I was good at bowling. For main reasons being like, when I was like in high school, well, like, or just when I was in grade school, I was in bowling leagues and stuff like that. I even had my own bowling balls. I had 3 balls. I let that joke simmer. Yeah, I did have 3 balls. I have like one that's like my main ball. It's like white, and it's like reactive to lane. And the main thing about like different bowling balls, if you get your own custom ones, is like the inside of the ball, there's like a core into it that allows it to do like certain spins and stuff when it reacts to lane. So I had one that was just like my main hook ball. Then I had another one which was like kind of like stayed a bit straighter, but like it was more reliable. But then I had like basically a spare ball, which is like a regular house ball, but with better grip for me, because like without having to like get weird different finger sized house balls and whatever, because like those can like easily slip out of your fingers. And it's weird going back to like house balls, uh, that like you have to like reach, either they're too light for me, or like I have to like get like the hands of like Andre the Giant just to fit in them. It's like I don't want that. Like the two extremes of house bowling balls are that, or either like they're too light, or I can't even get my hand to stretch out how far the fingers are. Your grippers. Yeah, it's I my average, I think my average was about, on a good day I could, on a decent day I can get like 200. Uh Not consistently, because like shit's hard. Uh I can, for like, if I really had to, I could probably get like, if I'm not trying, I can probably get like average 160, 170. I think that's kind of where it sits around. Uh, on a good day, probably around 200. On like a very good day, I'd get about a 200 if I do like average. For if I like get bowl really well and I react to the lane. And also like another reason too is that there, I mean, bowling is kind of more about science and like, physically knowing how to react when a lane is like either getting used up, because it's more than just like throw a ball and see what happens to it. It's also about, because the lane itself has oil, which allows a ball to like do spins and stuff like that, but it only goes to a certain extent, which then, or like, it'll basically, depending on how the oil pattern is, it affects how the ball will roll and how much it'll spin, how little it'll spin, and other factors as well. But the more you use it, the more it gets dried up, and the more dry it gets, the more random it can be. So you can just like, you can have the most accurate ball, but you'll still like, you get a dry lane and it'll just like, it'll go all over the place. Uh, I can hear Bacon outside my door, so I'm gonna get him real quick. Hold on. I gotta get him. I had to get him. He was like, I want in, Dad. I'm also trying to be a little quiet because I am doing literally a 24-hour thing. Like, I woke up at 6 o'clock today, 6 a.m. Well, yesterday, and I gotta drop off my sister at the airport at 5 a.m. So I don't think I'm gonna sleep. By the time that I get back, it's gonna be 6 a.m. easily, unless if I speed, which probably not. You could tell Bacon's here because I'm doing weird. Hey, get out of there. Get out of there. No, just be a baby. He's a dum dum. Hey, always licking his ball. His non existent balls. Uh, he's a good boy. He is a very good boy. Now, going back to like bowling, like, I think I already kind of explained a lot of it. Just like, I, it's a lot about like reacting to the lane, and when you're scoring, um, you don't want to, like, if you want to be very good, you want to be picking up your spares, and you want to know the right time to get a strike, because there is a very good time to get a strike. It's like, oh yeah, whenever, but the most crucial place to get strikes and spares is the 8th, 9th, and 10th frames. Why? Because if you get a strike in the 8th frame, that leads into the 9th frame. So you have like, because like if you get a strike, you get 2 balls, or you get bonus points. Basically, you get double your score for 2 balls. So like if you get a strike on the 8th frame and a strike on the 9th frame, then on the 10th frame you have not only the bonus points from the 8th frame, but you also have bonus points from the 9th frame. So you get, you know, you get a strike on, say, the first frame of the 10th, the first ball on the 10th, you get 30 pins. and then a little bit less because like in the 10th frame you don't get that bonus, and then a little bit more and more and more. But that is the perfect time to get it. The 8th, ninth, and 10th frames are the best points in the game to get a strike or to get strikes. Not as much as in the 10th, because you can get if you can get it back to back to back in the 10th, that's really good. But you're not getting like extra bonus points. You're not getting like major bonus points. If like you if you're gonna get strikes in the 10th, you want to get them in the first two, obviously, because then you get 20 and whatever you get afterwards. If you can get all three, cool. But that's just 30 in the 10th. If you don't get any other, then you're not getting, yeah. There's a whole math and science, whatever to it, but that's the best time. Pro tip. Pro tip. If you're gonna rock, you better do it in those frames. Obviously in the other ones you want to do too, but like 8th, ninth, and 10th are the ones that you don't want to fuck up. And that's a fact. That's a good tip. Anyways, anyways, I hope y'all are doing well. I know I have been. Valentine's Day was technically now 2 days ago. We went to Texas Roadhouse, and it was the first time it was the first time I've ever been on a Valentine's date, because my first girlfriend, we went, so basically 2020, I was like every single year we've been apart, every single year. And I told her about this. I noticed this like not that long ago. I'm like, we never had a Valentine's Day date. And it's true, because for 2020, which is like the first one that we got together in like March of 2019, and we didn't do anything. 2020, I was in I was in the Twin Cities, and I think she had like a game. I don't know what day of the week it was, but I think she had a game somewhere else. So like we were both like apart, away from home. And then 2021 she was in Texas and I was up in Fargo, and then same thing 2022, and then we broke up, and yeah. And that, but then now I went on my first like actual Valentine's Day date, which is fun. I had a good time. We went to Texas Roadhouse. Shit was packed. Our server, so he said his name was Chris. But on even on the receipt, Chris. His name was Chris. But on his name tag, and we saw him multiple times serving other tables, it said Topher. And we were gonna ask him, it's like, what's that about? What's Topher about? And we were assuming like you already know who it is. It's me, Topher, from like the TikTok. If you don't know what it is, just look it up on like YouTube or something. I don't know, but don't leave the video. Don't leave the video. Pull it up in another tab. Don't leave it if you're on YouTube. Yeah, we stand Topher. You already know who it is. I mean Topher. Basically, it's like, oh, who's gonna cause the most trouble in the household? And everyone's just like Topher. And then it cuts to Topher. It's like, you already know who it is. It's me, Topher. And it was exactly spelled Topher. And I'm like, we gotta ask, but we didn't. But like on the receipt that they got back, or he got back, I'm right, thanks, Topher. And we left. And this guy had like a cowboy hat on. He was like trying to do like an accent, a little bit of a southern twang to it too. And it's like, this is funny as hell, because like we could definitely tell like that's not his normal speaking voice. It was just so funny. It was a fun experience though. It was very nice. But yeah. And then we basically avoided her family in Walmart, because they were literally in the exact same Walmart we were in. And we're like, we gotta get out of here. Let's go to the food aisle. They'll never find us there. We're hungry. We got out of there completely unscathed. But yeah, it was a fun night. Very fun. I passed out afterwards. Cause yeah, I needed the sleep. I passed out hard. But you know the thing about Texas Roadhouse, that hits hard. It hits like a shit ton of bricks. Like you get that bread, you get that butter, that cinnamon butter. Ugh. Mm, mm. And by the time that you get your food, you're already like two or three baskets in, and it's just like, why did I do that? Kill me. Ugh. I think it was like when I got my food, because I always get roadkill, which is just a 10-ounce steak with like sauteed onions. I don't get the mushrooms on it, but and then it has cheese on top, which is love it. So I get that every time. Uh, and my sides are chili and probably steak fries. I think I always do those two, but I got my chili, sped through that, and then I got to the actual meal. I'm like, I'm gonna die. This sucks. This totally sucks. And I mean, the meal was good, but I just had a lot left over. I mean, I ate the steak, but I just had a lot of extra. I had not a whole lot of extra steak fries, but I had quite a few steak fries left. And then we of course took the remaining, rolls home, or buns, or bread, whatever I don't know what they're technically called. I don't know if they're buns, bread, rolls, but that's cinnamon butter. Oh, oh my god, god dang, that's good. That's some good eating. Uh, yeah, Texas Roadhouse is a place that you really don't want to fill up on bread. Every time though, every time though. Uh, yeah. Anyhow, I feel like I want to talk. I don't want to get too deep into my topic that I want to talk about, because like I don't want to give away things that did happen that could backfire on me. And I don't mean like, oh, it'll come up in the future and I'll be canceled for it. No, it's like professionally, I don't want them to come out and have that be known. But so I'm going to talk about the times that I was working at the TV station. Let's get into this. I loved working there. I love working at the TV station that I worked at. The crazy. Okay, so outside of like the stories I'm about to tell, so when I was visiting, um, the Fargo Moorhead a couple weeks ago. I didn't know this at all. But I was like, oh, I want to watch the my news team just to see who's on and who's going on and how's it going, how is the format hanging on and whatever, blah 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 blah. I just got out of the shower because it was like a late night. I was covered in like food dust because I did feed my starving children, and there's a lot of food dust in the air at that thing. God dang. And I get out like a minute before it starts, and I get ready for bed, ready to watch it. And the promo right before it airs, I'm like, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit. And it's this guy I knew from my high school. And I'm like, no way. I wake up my dad, who's like right next to me. I'm like, you're not going to believe this. And he knows him too, because like his dad like runs, or like is like a big guy at the local radio station. And I've delivered pizzas to him like a bunch of times, and he knows me. I'm like, I know. Huh? When did this happen? I think he might have told me at some point when I was like down one time, but I didn't hear it. I don't remember it. And so like if I get a delivery from him next time, I'm gonna be like, I didn't know that your that your son is an anchor at that. Oh, I was just like, I was so like, I was like ready for bed, and my dad's just like passed out. I'm like, wake up right now, right freaking now. It was so fun. But anyways, just some fun stories that I had from there. Uh, like I loved I loved everyone to certain degrees. I mean, there's obviously like people that you're like, gross. But no, I loved the crew. The whole crew was so fun. Uh, every last one of them. Every, you know what? There weren't any stinkers. There weren't any stinkers. I remember the. I'm not gonna give any names because I want to keep them anonymous. I know Outsider was one of them. So, but like outside of that, outside of that, I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna really go into it. Although I think I might have said one other one, but I promoted his stuff. So, mm, his stuff is good, and I think he actually, uh, and I will promote his stuff again. It's Pandemonium on YouTube. He does reviews of Sega Saturn games, and he just recently put out a like an hour long thing of this. I don't know if it was this past year or this year's like Saturn game contest things, like just testing all of them, which is pretty fun. I haven't watched the full thing, but like there's some pretty good ones in there. Uh, and like getting like there was like one where it was like emulating. I can't remember what game. It was like a game from 1998 that was like graphically very intensive to run on a Sega Saturn. Like like ported it over completely. Like I think from scratch, which is crazy. Crazy. What a freaking mad lad. Whoever that dude. Um I again don't quote me on that, but like I know it was a port of like a game that was like intensive in 1998. I think it might have been Quake. I could be wrong about that. Again, it's been a little bit since I've watched the video or whatever. And he also does streams of it too, which is pretty fun. I've hopped on a couple of those uh, here and there, but he streams on YouTube, and it's really fun. And he sits on the floor. It's like that's gotta be so bad for your back. Oh boy, no. But Pandemonium is a good one, and Pandemonium reviews every Sega Saturn game or something like that. It's good channel, good channel. Uh, but I remember this one guy, and Outsider can attest for this. Maybe some other people that, some other people can attest to this. This one guy, he was like, and he was kind of there. He was there when I was starting and left like 2-3 months after I was there, just because you know people come and go, and one of the funny things that he would always do is like I can't see what's going on the screen or whatever. It's like 5 feet away, like he couldn't see shit 5 feet away. And then he kept telling stories of like, yeah, I used to stare at the sun. Yeah, I like to go full blast of my monitor at night. It's like, bruh, no wonder why you're blind. Like he didn't need, like he wasn't blind to the point that he needed glasses, but he's like, I can't see. It's like, dude, what? It's like, oh, did anyone else see that weird spot in my eye? It's like, come on, come on, bruh. Also, like our main director cursed me with knowledge. So every time, and I've tried this after I came back, I tried this at my new job, at my job right now, and at like my delivery job, and I played it, and people hated it. But whenever I mention it, people are like, "Get it out of my head! Get it out of my head! Get it out!" And the knowledge that I'm talking about, there's a song, this infamous song called Dog Police by Dog Police. So if you go on youtube.com, I'm not going to play it because copyright, but just look up Dog Police. You never know where they're going to be. So it's like, dog police, where are they coming from? Dog police, nobody knows where you are. It's horrible. So it's this music video from like the early midnight, like early 1980s, and it is the wackiest shit. It's just basically a guy. The music video itself is just like this nerdy guy taking out this like girl to a bar, and in the actual music video itself, I should probably say, in the non like, oh, it's the band, whatever, and they go to a bar, and then he goes to the bathroom to wipe his nose, and then he goes outside, and then his girlfriend is getting arrested by the dog police because she's a dog. What I'm saying is she's a bitch. Get it? And there's a line about uh um I don't know the best way to say it, and I don't want to say, but making puppies. Making puppies. That's probably the cleanest way. There is a line about something about, oh boy, she loved that gravy train. It's definitely funny as heck. Uh, yeah. Uh, oh no, my bits, they're dropping at midnight. No way! I mentioned the dog police, and that's the way that it goes. Okay, it's back. Okay, okay, it's back. Cool, cool, cool. Anyways, so boy, she loved that gravy train. Okay, and the rest of the music video has the exact same footage of the three band members and like these like, I don't want to, like prosthetic masks of them in trench coats just like walking, and then dude, the exact same footage like 4 or 5 times, the exact same thing. I kid you not, during the chorus. It's hilarious. And then it cuts in between with them like wearing the dog mask, not wearing the dog mask. It's funny. It's so just odd and crude and weird. And you're just like, the first time that you watch it, you're just like, what was I watching? But then you keep doing it again and again and again. It's like, the song is good. The song is decently good. It's weird, but it's just like, it's catchy. It's very, very catchy. And they even try to make like a pilot for it in like the 1990s, and it had like, I can't remember, it was I think it was like Charlie Sheen as like a bat, like the rude dude cop or something like that. I know he was in it, I'm pretty certain. And it's basically these three dogs, and even worse, like prosthetic costume, whole body this time. Just like prosthetic stuff. It's like, why? Nobody asked for this. Nobody knows who you are. Dog police. Nobody knows where you are. But yeah, it was just so weird. And it's not even like they even use the song for it. They made like their own cover version that was just, if Dog Police was like MCU, or no. What, I'm trying to think of like a good analogy. Um uh if if Dog Police the song was Mountain Dew, then Dog Police the show was Diet Mountain Spring Water. I don't know. Spring Water Extreme. Like that's basically what it was, cuz it was not good. It was not good. Uh yeah, that was, he cursed me with that knowledge. I played it, and I played it on the exact day that it was his last day at the station. And I didn't even know about it. So I literally manifested it out of fucking nowhere. And I was like, I told him, it's like, I literally spread the news, the gospel of Dog Police, and he's like, hell yeah. What a guy. But there were a lot of other cool dudes, cool people there. I think the worst times that we've had, and I know a lot of us had to do it on occasion, was to do overnight shifts, or like you do you have your morning news and then you have your night like your prime time night news. So for like the usual shift that we would do, um let's just go on like a graphics one because graphics need to be there early. Um Graphics came in at 2 p.m. Uh just to look through their stuff if they need to make anything. That's the main reason why they give them an extra hour before the rest of the before like sound, tapes, prompter people come in, because like they need that extra time just in case if they need to make more stuff or like make graphics, because making graphics is very time consuming. Uh, if you don't have a template, if you're going just off of scratch. Uh, so what they had to basically be ready for that. If you went through the whole shift, so we get a break, so you go from 2 till about a little after 6:30, so let's just say 7, and they get an hour break for food, get back at 8, and then go to like 10:30, a little after 10:30, and then if you had to do the morning news, like do like basically go from there to the next day, like the next morning, you had 10:30, and you had to be there at 5. Was it 5 or 6? No, it was 5. You had to be there at 5, and you only got like an hour, like everyone else. It was crazy. I hated doing it. I hated doing that. Like if I had like, but typically when you did that, you never did both shifts or both the morning news and the night time or night side, or like if you did both on the same day, like you didn't work the day before, the day after, depending on which. But yeah, those were crazy. I hated doing them. I've also made quite a few joke things, and I'll show them after like I do the magic pack opening. And like it would be a good time to like look at some of the memes that I made from it, because like I made quite a few like just shit post memes from it. Uh, but I need to make sure that I can that I would want to show them. I don't want to get like ugh, ugh. I don't want to like dox anyone or anything like that. Uh, but I'll look into it just to be sure. But I think it is time, as I just said that. Let's open up a magic pack. But I'm going to roll to see how many packs I'm going to do. 1 and 4 are 1 pack, 2 and 5 are 2 packs, and 3 and 6 are 3 packs. All right, here we go. 2, so that means I opened 2 packs. Still opening some Dominaria Remastered. I opened this one. It's Urza Lord High Artificer last Friday, and I was like, I'm about to go into work. It's like I want to see how my night's gonna be. So I opened up the pack and I was like, midway through, it's like I gotta film this, just in case if like this is a good pack. It's like I gotta film this. So I like started filming it for TikTok, and I have it on my TikTok. I Melt to Lyric Original, and lo and behold, I pulled him from it, and he's like a $23 card. I'm like, I freaked out. It was crazy. But it's like I had to do it, and such good timing too. Uh, all right, so I feel this one might be a very good one too, but I can't really say if it will be. So just a couple cards in: Goblin Turncoat, Terror, Lull, Mogwar Marshal, Avon Fisher, and then uncommons: Phyrexian Scuda. Ooh, Tatiova. It's good Tatiova. She's probably one of, if not the best, one of the best Simic commanders. Uh, or at least Merfolk. Ooh, Squirrel Nest. Okay, the rare Overmaster. The next instant or sorcery card you cast this turn can't be countered. That's actually pretty cool. Draw a card for 1 mana. And then the retro frame is Undead Gladiator, and then a forest on the end. So that's fine. That's not bad. I mean, you get to draw a card, and literally your next spell can't be next instant or sorcery can't be countered. That's pretty good. for red. For one red, that's pretty decent. And you draw, that's that's good. That's really good. It's not like exciting, but it's decent. Uh, let's open up next. But counterspell, pacifism, Rexian Ghoul, Carvu Primarch, Cole Stoker, Cloud of Fairies, Stonewood Invoker, Frantic Search, Kraken Gargoyle, or no, I'm not even gonna say it. Onto the uncommon Stone Entity, Mistress Factory, and Invigorating Boon. The rare slash mythic slot is ooh, Nightmare. Oh, World Gorger Dragon. Okay, that's pretty sick. That's actually pretty cool. It's not worth a whole lot, but World Gorger Dragon, Flying Trample. When it enters the battlefield, exile all other permanents, and then when it leaves the battlefield, return all exiled cards to the battlefield under their owner's control. So it's fun. And then the retro frame is Frantic Surge, and then a forest again. So you know what, World Gorger Dragon, and it's a cool art. I like it. Not bad. Not bad. Not the most exciting mythic, but it's something. It's definitely something. I will say that. Yeah. Oh wait. Yeah. It's pretty cool. I'm gonna kill that. Yeah, that's the magic corner. And yeah. Just some other stories. I'm gonna check and see if I can actually find any of the I'm not gonna actually pull it up on screen because I don't want to like dox myself or anything else on that sort of thing. But I want to try and find and see if I can remember if I have any of the images or things that I made on like a drive or something like that. Because I should have the files or at least some of the pictures or something. I don't know where they are. Oh, okay. Let me I could probably show one of these. Um okay, yeah. Let's mostly okay, gotta pull up the browser. I'm stupid. I'm an idiot. Drive. Oh my god, yeah, I gotta go. So this meme, oh my lord. So scuffed. So scuffed. I should probably explain what it says. So the meme that I pulled up, it's basic. It's a series that I made. It's called Quotes by the Tree. So this one I made. It's basically it's a fall tree, and then in green text it says like a thing, and then the person or item or quote is like kind of like uh faded into the tree or in the picture. So in this one, it says, "Do you think God stays in heaven because he too lives in fear of what he's created here on earth?" Quote by Steve Buscemi in Spy Kids 2, The Island of Lost Dreams. And it's a picture of Steve Buscemi kind of like disappointed, looking off to the side, like, like, I probably shouldn't have that Taco Bell, but that's fine. It already came out my butt. Or another one. It says, "These nuts. Ha. Got him. Ha. Got him." Quote by Welvin de Great. And it's two walnuts. Um, I can't speak German, but I'm gonna try my best on this next one. Meine Mama hat in da ich das Cola trinken darf. Ist cool ist das bitte? Just sag ist Fortnite und drink Cola. Yippee! Some German kid. And it's a chug jug, like faded into the picture. I think that's all the ones that I have. I'm gonna look and see if I have any more. But that was a series that I made basically in the downtime, because like the only way that I learned to the way that I learned to do Photoshop was literally because of that job. Like I know pretty much all I know from know how to do a Photoshop from there, and obviously more from it afterwards just by making things. But that literally got me to do that, or it got me to like actually try. Because yeah, and I have like a zip. Oh, I'm not opening that. I have a zip folder of all the images and stuff like that that I made. So like I'll probably open it at some point, but I'm not gonna do it tonight because I don't want to. I just can't. I just literally can't. Um, I'm just trying to think of some of the other guys. Oh, I think another one of my friends that also he also is now streaming on he does it on YouTube. Uh, I gotta find his channel though. I know I have it on my YouTube, so I'm gonna try and mute it just to make sure that I'm not like I can't find it. But no, he kind of left like a little bit after I did. Like he put in his like notice that he was gonna be leaving like for the end of July or August or something like that, or the beginning of August, and like everyone knew. And then I was like offered his position on like the sports side to do like graphics. It's like I don't know, man. I'm literally debating about leaving because I have to. Like I want to get out of here. Like I had to get out of the area just because I needed to. Um, and it was nothing like like angsty against it, but I needed to get out because like I was just in a very weird spot, and nothing bad about like the people I was working with, but it's just like in a point in my life I just need to get out of there. I just need to get out of the area and just move on, you know? Nothing, no offense to any people that I know or, you know, places I've worked at or anything like that. No, I just need to leave. It's always good to visit, but it's just, I need to grow. And like my bank account was not getting the love that it needed for sure. Like for sure, it was not getting any love, like at all. Like sure, I was building a lot of credit because it was like paying off, like doing my apartment stuff and doing credit card stuff things, but like no, like good tax things, but like I wasn't getting a lot. I can't find my friend's YouTube channel. I know what it is. If I were to find it, I would say it. Oh, it's actually his name, so I'm not gonna say it. Actually, yes, I can. Yes, I will. Yes, I will. It's Nifty Nick V on YouTube. Separate words. So like Nifty Nick and V. He's been streaming a little bit here and there. Uh, I think he's had like a couple of streams here and there. He hasn't done one a little bit. That's fine, but he's for someone that like has just started doing the streaming and stuff. He's pretty good at it. Uh, and can't I can't deny that at all, especially for doing it as long as I have. Like, eh, in retrospect, grand retrospect, it's not that long, but he's doing he streams pretty well, like knowing the audience or like talking with the audience, stuff like that, uh, and just doing what he did and just entertaining. And the layout was good, this and that. It's like you're doing it right, everybody. You see me dancing now, doing it right. Everybody, you be dancing and doing it right. Everybody, now be dancing and doing it. If you move it right, let it go out. I shout up on you, break out into the light. God, I love that song. Daft Punk is good. I'm sad that they broke up. They broke up when I was working there. that was that was sad. But it kind of made sense because like they literally did not put out an album in like 10 years. Doing it right is a huge W. I agree. Thank you, Outsider. I love it. I'm just trying to think. We had a lot. I think there were a lot of moments. I think I watched. I think we watched the Super Bowl, and it was the best place to do it, because like working at the TV station, like you got it a little bit ahead of time. I think they did it on ABC last year. I can't remember. I mean, actually I don't think they did, because I know we did. I can't remember. Actually, now that I think about it, I don't remember if they did. Um, but I do remember like watching the halftime show. I I don't know if we were working during the halftime show. I could be, again, I could be totally wrong. Uh, but like I remember watching bits and parts of it here and there. It was fun. It was fun. We like order pizza and stuff like that. And we did that a little bit, especially when like, or like got food or something when we knew it was a big event, or we just wanted to hang out. Like one time, I think I can't remember if it's like the whatever won the event award show that Chris 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 Rock slapped Will Smith. We watched that live. It was nuts because the broadcast of it, because like I think it got to us in a state that they basically already had that scrubbed, or like to a point where like no one was gonna see it, and we were freaking out because the sound was gone. I think the picture froze kind of or something like that, and we were like, "Are we on? Do we gotta go? What's happening?" We freaked out. We literally like all got into position thinking it was battle stations. It was bad. We didn't know what was happening. It was crazy. And of course afterwards, people was like, "Oh yeah, that whole situation," and yeah, yeah, it was nuts. I think the worst times too. Speaking like back to the point where I was like, "Oh, if you had to do overnight and then do the morning one," was like if you had a sport game, like a big national sports game happening, you were forced to wait for that shit to end. God, I remember sitting through the NBA Finals, the last game. Oh my God, they went till midnight, and they were doing it in Milwaukee. The last game was in Milwaukee with the Bucks, and I can't. I don't know how to say Giannis. I just say anti titty combo, anti Kempo. I think it's anti Kempo, something like that. But I because I always forget, I just say anti titty combo because it's just funny. I don't know why, but he's probably one of the best players in the league right now. I don't know. Giannis. Oh yeah, Giannis and I can't read this. Giannis Antetokounmpo. 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 That's what it is. Giannis. He's a good player. I think that the final game, like he scored a lot of points, but they literally, that last game, I shit you not, the awards, like they got done with the game at like 10:30. That shit did not end till midnight. We did the 10 o'clock news at 12:10. It was dumb. We wanted to all go home, and the anchors were sitting in the room for like an hour and a half or so. I don't remember how long they were sitting in the newsroom, but they were just like bored out of their minds. And they're the veterans. And then, they've been through shit. They're like, yeah, this sucks. We want to go home. It's like that's man. Even they were just like kicking rocks, just like I want to go home. Yeah, that was not a fun night. I'm trying to think if there was any other nights. I mean, we had ones where where it's like we were going on our 10 o'clock at like 10:35 or 10:45 or something like that. But I think the NBA Finals was the absolute worst time that we've had to do it or had to go on late. Uh, no going on early because doy. But yeah, although rare thing that could maybe happen if like the ads just decided to kill themselves or something like that, or the ad thing just decided to shit the bed. I think those times are the craziest where like there was where they had to fill in space or like they had to cut to break, and then we had to basically fill that space either with adding content back in. I mean, and I don't mean like, oh, we took out a story and then we realized that we're super light, because when you're doing a news show, you want to make sure that you're like kind of on time with your next block, because you don't want to be going over and then having to cut into like your prime time national show like 10 seconds after it's already starting the air. You don't want to do that. You want to have it on time. So we try to make it as close as possible to that. And bless their hearts, the people upstairs that had to do like the ads and make sure the networking stuff was all good and all that blah 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 blah. Bless their hearts, because they had to put up with some shit some days. Uh, like graphical stuff going wrong that we basically had to cut to break. Some like a mic not working, this or that, or video not working. That sucks. Like on a big package. There are definitely some days that we had to do that, where we had to like basically go directly into break, just out of nowhere. And yeah, it was not fun. Those were not fun days, because we're just like scrambling this and that. It's never fun to do that. I remember one time, because there were sports, some of the times that we had for sports could have been really weird, because like, but it depends on the season too. Like one time we literally had like the sports block was like, and this can be very generic in the times that I've worked there, but there were definitely like there was, I'm trying to think of like one specific time, but there was like, I felt like one time the sports block didn't even exist. Or like we literally had to just basically make it up on the spot, and our main sports guy came down with the scripts in hand, basically more or less spitballing. Like the graphics were literally coming in as the show was going. It was so like there are definitely some times that like I'm amazed that we got through the sports block that easily. Um Either was like live shots or something like that, but I remember like there was, I don't remember exactly what happened, but there was like we either knew what was going to happen in the sports block or we didn't, based on the information that we were going to be getting. Um I think it was like during the draft, the NFL draft or something like that. We basically were riding by the seat of our pants and hoping that at some point we know one of the players is going to get drafted to a team. We didn't know. So we were basically just flying by the seat of our pants. It was so crazy. Um I'm just trying to, I think the worst thing we had to do or had to deal with was live shots. I hated live shots. Not to say like any of the filmographer or like our photographers and stuff like that were bad. I mean, some of them needed work more than others. But getting those shots at a reasonable time, and I say this in broad sweeps, not to any of them, was impossible. Getting the shots ready and like up and ready to go on like at a decent time, like say 15 minutes before the show, was literally impossible. Literally impossible, unless they decided to actually get there early and not waste their time getting to a place. Am I showing some salt? Yes, I totally am. Is there one specific anchor that definitely, one specific news person that a reporter that definitely did that a lot and arrived at the scene mere moments before we need to go on? Yes, all too well. And I have nothing against them because they were good people. They're just nice people. I can't stress this enough. Like the work environment on certain days, not every day, on a lot of days can be very very incredibly stressful. Like incredible, like ripping out your hair stressful. But then there were other days that it was just like this is so easy I could fall asleep doing my job. But but the one thing I will say 100% for certain is that everyone there was so cool. I miss the gang. I really do. I really do. Um, I want to I wish I could hang out with them again. You know, like I don't want to cry, but man, and I don't want to also spoil their names because that's not cool. That is not cool. Just like I know a lot of people that like either outside or here and there because a lot of them were like MSUM people, like majority were, which was weird. of like the production assistants were that. Uh, Even in the news crew, like a good chunk of them were either MSUM grads or did stuff there, this or that, which is kind of funny and interesting. It was kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie, it was really funny. But it was a fun time. It was a very fun time. I miss a lot. I don't miss the pay. That's a if I were to say anything that would have got me far from that was the pay. Actually, they kind of knew that. I feel like they kind of knew that. I think I might have said that. It's like I love the people here. I don't like the pay. And I was the lightest guy. I know there was definitely some talks I don't want to talk about. I don't want to speak about. But yeah. Um, but yeah, it was a fun time. I miss a lot, and I think the one we also had like this convenience store. Uh, Basically it's like oh if in case of like it's bad weather out or like you don't have time to go home and make food, that's basically where you go to get food. Um, you don't have time to go out and grab something and come back. Basically, we had this more or less a convenience store, which was pretty cool, and you can pay for it there, which is awesome. Uh, but they had this one snack. It was like a brownie, or not like a not a brownie. Yeah, I can't remember what the term is, but it's like a Rice Krispie treat, like a glazed Rice Krispie treat with chocolate on top of it, like a layer of chocolate on top. Ooh, that shit hit the spot every time, and you know when those stocked up on them, those did not last at all. That shit went fast. Like they had to restock that dang near every day because like we just go through those like cocaine. We go through that shit so fast. It was nuts. And you can, like they're found at gas stations. Like I know that. And even at my job now, I think they have them here and there sometimes. I don't think they do. And it's the exact brand. I think at the convenience store they might actually do. Like the gas station they do. But I know for a fact I have seen it at a Quick Trip. I think I might have seen it at a Holiday. Uh, don't know about Casey's. I don't think it goes there, but I know at Quick Trip they do. They do have those. Um, which for my folks in Fargo, it's not really a thing, but I think they do have them at Holiday. I want to believe, or Walmart, or something like that. I remember that one of the like it's pretty much in a lot of places, or like that treat is in a lot of places because it's good. It's really good. I love it. I can't remember the exact name of it though. It's like a not like a blondie, although it could be. No, no, because a blondie is just basically a like a white brownie or a yellow brownie, right? I don't know. What am I talking about again? uh, I don't know. I don't know. Oh yeah, I still miss the crew. I still miss them. But yeah, and it's weird because like even going from like that to the job that I have now, there are definitely people that I saw like in my job that I'm like, you're just basically this person from the TV station, and you're basically this person from the TV station. One thing I will say, it feels like I always find someone that like a guy with long hair, like a bigger guy with long hair that's kind of loud, and then just a fat guy that knows exactly where to find all of the what the why am I forgetting the term for it? Freelance gigs. Like he knows where to get all the like he gets like a shit ton of freelance gigs, which is like, huh? It's funny. It's so funny. It's like I literally went from one job to another job with the exact same people. And then we also had like, and I'm not serious. I don't mean to stereotype in this position, but like we had the sassy black person, and they were just so fun. That would give everyone shit, but then like they no, like they would say the most. They'd be like say the most racist shit, and they'd be like, "Yeah, I know, it's funny." uh, but no, but it was a fun. It's been fun working there. If I had the chance to do it again, would I? Yeah, for better pay, but for better pay, yeah, for sure. But no, I miss the crew. I do miss the crew, and I said that a bunch of times already. So yeah, blinding lights. Okay, so I'll end the show with that way. Fine, fine. Oh, I got to turn it up a little bit more on the lights. How do you like this, father? I am staring at you, Popsky. Popsky 99. Wherever you are, I'm coming for you right now. Silence. No, silence. I'm looking over to see like I want to see. Oh my god, that's dead on. That's dead on. Dead on. Dead on. Okay, so I want to say this before the episode ends. I'm gonna be very tired. I'm kind of already very tired. I should probably take a nap. I gotta get up and take my again. I gotta take my sister to the airport at 5 a.m. That's like 4 hours from now. She's got to be at the airport at 5 a.m. So I gotta be driving in less than 4 hours. Yippee! I'm not excited. I might stay up, but so this episode's probably going up almost immediately. Oh shit! And Bacon's been in here the whole time. Oh, and he's sleeping. He's sleeping. Oh, he's a good kitty. He's been doing that recently. And I think last podcast, like I had him in the room, and he literally was just zonked out. He was just sleeping, and I don't think I think I'll probably leave him there because he's just napping. He's tired. He's a tired kitty, and I hope you guys are tired because it's 1 a.m. Central. So let's wrap it up here. Or as of with the recording of this podcast. Blah, 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 blah. I could try to rest, brother. You know it. You know it, Popsky. Good. I'm not resting. I'm built different. It's Thursday. Cool. I thought it was Friday. Part 9 of JoJo's comes out tomorrow. Tomorrow. Friday the 17th. I'm excited. I'm excited. Probably the final part of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, but is going to be epic. It's going to be very epic. The story of a boy from the islands that goes on to get incredibly rich, as opposed to the last one about the story of breaking a curse. Goddamn. Those I don't I want to end the podcast, the stream, podcast, whatever. But like I'm excited for it. I can't lie. I gotta get to the JoJo moment because god damn it, I love that shit. Um I know All Star Battle, which is basically the fighter game, which is or like the I'm blanking the most the remix for the like ultimate version, quote unquote. I mean, they're getting new like characters and shit like that into the game, but still, it's fun. I'm bad at fighters though. I need to get better at that. Um, I'm just so like I love JJBR because when well, no, JJBA JoJo's Bizarre Adventure JJBA because of like the stories and messages that it has, like truth, justice, fate, destiny, stuff like that. It's just like mm, it's just like overcoming like determination, stuff like that. It's just so good, and it makes like just like weird coincidences and stuff like that. It's just so fun, you know. It's just so cool because you realize like or like the times like oh you're like oh I want to hear what if I really want a bagel, I really want a bagel, but then someone offers you a bagel and you didn't tell them. It's like that. It's like that shit doesn't like it doesn't happen every day, you know. Like god dang, it's like I really wish I had a bagel right now or something like that, you know. Like the idea of quote unquote manifesting, I like to call it manifesting. Or it's like manifesting is like, oh, I wish I was listening to Snoop Dogg. Like, you're talking about something and then later on it comes up out of just nowhere. Something like that. Um, happens a lot with music. And I feel like it kind like that's a big thing that happens in JoJo's, but like it also just kind of happens in life, you know? It's just like those weird coincidences or that. And yeah. So anyways, let's end the podcast. Let's end it. Let's end it. So I hope y'all have had a good time. I know I've had. Thank you can find my stuff on YouTube. I'm if I have time, I'm gonna try to post another video. I mean, I have Mountain Dew Pitch Black review. I heard that Little Caesars is getting their own flavor. I don't know exact. It's like Sasquatch or I can't remember. It's like Sasquatch related, but I know they're getting their own exclusive flavor. I gotta find a Little Caesars around me, but I don't know where there is one. But I heard that they are getting one, so that's gonna happen. I'm gonna probably make a video for that. What else? Thank you for again. You can find my stuff on YouTube at Melted Lyric Original, all one word. Right? Is that right? You can watch me. You can watch me record these streams live at twitch.tv/Melted Lyric Original, all one word. You can find me up on there too. Watch my other streams. That. Also, you can find me on TikTok, Melted Lyric Original. I mainly post a lot of Magic the Gathering pack openings because, oops, that's just how it is. Oh yeah. Also, I will be remorse if I forget this tale. So, Outsider, when he worked at the TV station, I have to say this. I have to say the story before I end the stream. He always like whenever something like was incredibly like that we thought was going to be like trivial and how hard it was, but it was like just an easy fix. He'd always pull out this button, and I now have my own.
That was easy.
Oof. And this one has like different like languages and stuff. Like half of them are English, but I have my own easy button. That was easy button. I'm so happy that I have it. Cause like there have been a number of times I'm just like, I need one. And I think he left it there after he left. And I was gonna take it before I left, but I didn't. I didn't. I should have. I should have. But anyways, let's and again, that was that was that was one thing. I'm like remorse. I didn't quote unquote steal. But no, he left that there as well as like a volleyball with Wilson on it and some cool sunglasses on it. That was a cool one. That stayed there, and I think it's probably still there. So yeah, uh, yeah. Thank you for listening. You can go check out my stuff on Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, maybe more stuff in the future. Knock on wood. And thank you to Gradients for the use of their song "Used to It" off of the album "The Call." Last track on the album. I think I don't know if they're doing stuff this week, in terms of concerts, but I think once the school year ends, they're gonna be because I think it's they're gonna be ramping up and getting more shows later into the year. I mean, it's literally only February as of right now. They're gonna be doing more shows, here and there. I think once spring break comes around, they're probably gonna do like a couple shows here and there, maybe. Who knows? But yeah, good music. I think there might. I hope that they put out another album or at least another track here and there soon. I know they've been working on a couple of them, couple songs here and there, but we'll see. We'll see. I know when I last saw them, they in October, or was it November? I don't remember. They did a like basically a garage concert, and they more or less debuted a song, which was good. But yeah. Anyway, I think it's time for me to go. I hope you had a good time. But until next time, I will see you on the other side of. Yeah. Oh wait, no, that's not the. It's not midnight anymore. But until until it becomes. Wait, no. I should memorize this. I should have already had this memorized. May not be midnight here anymore, but it's midnight somewhere. But until next time that it becomes midnight here, I'll see you then. Bye-bye.
Just when I needed you, I see from a different view. Oh baby, now don't be scared, but don't get used to it. Yeah, when I told her I can't let go, when I told her I can't say no. Oh baby, well I was scared, but now I'm used to it. I was scared, but now I'm used to it.